Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to go ahead and talk about. Ooh, let me make sure this is on, girl. Okay. I wanted to go ahead and talk about not Married to Medicine. What are we talking about? Potomac, Real Housewives of Potomac. Girl, I got a page and a half of notes. When I tell y'all one thing about it, two things for sure, three things for certain, girl, Potomac, when they stretched, they stretched out this season. Girl, they stretched. I'm talking about pulled. I'm talking about an old good nasty tug and pull. Do you hear me? Um, this is episode 17. Next week, I don't even think next week is the season finale. Because usually when they say, I don't even know. Because I didn't hear them say, usually I thought when it's the season finale, they'll be like, um, like they'll announce that it's the next episode is a season finale. I don't remember them announcing that next week's episode is a season finale. So maybe we have like one or two more episodes. Maybe next week is a season finale. I don't know. But anyways, we're on episode 17, and I don't even understand why. Girl, listen, I say this every week. Ain't nobody forcing me to watch this show. I'm watching the show. I'm choosing to watch the show. No one, girl, put a piece to my head, girl, a blade to my throat. Okay. I'm choosing to watch the show, but in my choosing to watch the show, um, I'm gonna complain. Okay. Anyways, girl, we can start out with Gordon and Mia. Gordon and Mia go to therapy. And a part of me does feel like Gordon probably a mess behind closed doors. Mia tells us, the thing with Mia is Mia lies so much, you never really know when she's telling the truth. I believe it when she says that when she, I guess, mentioned a divorce lawyer before, Gordon drained her checking accounts and basically told her that she wasn't going to leave. That actually is indeed a form of financial abuse. The therapist asked them, okay, listen, I know there's levels to intimacy. Intimacy does not always mean sexual, right? However, when the therapist asked them, I want to go, a little bit deeper, how is the intimacy? I felt like she was talking about their sex life. Of course, Mia said, what's your definition? I think she was asking Gordon, because Gordon basically was saying he was talking about everything outside of anything sexual. And I didn't really hear them tap into how their sex life is. Now, I think they've mentioned in the past before. Did they mention it on the show? Oh, yeah, they did. They mentioned at the reunion that their sex life, I don't know if he's still. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Gordon. But at one point, he was suffering from erectile dysfunction. So, and he had said, Amia had said that they had a thing set up where Mia could go out and, you know, girl, whenever she was, getting the itch downtown, girl, she could go out and find someone who could satisfy her sexually because Gordon was not up to the task anymore. He couldn't do it. He couldn't perform in the bedroom. Um, but I don't remember them talking about that in front of the therapist. Mia says when she met Gordon that Gordon was not, this romantic type of person. However, I guess she chose to look the other way. That was something that she wanted, but she chose. Listen, man, it's no shade. Mia has done a lot better this season. Mia, we still ain't forgot how you cut up and acted a fool in seasons past, but this season, I'll be honest. If it wasn't for Karen and for Mia, girl, the season would have been worse than what it already is. Um, but with all that being said, Of course, you let it go that even one of your requirements for a husband is for him to be romantic, and Gordon wasn't giving you that because girl, your back was against the wall, and you was tired. Girl, you was trying to get you was trying to get off the whole stroke. Girl, we're gonna just call a thing, girl. It's no shade. And another thing too, Mia, this is why people be having a hard time. Mia, let me get you together real fast, sister girl. This is why people think that you be telling a lie. Or why we call you lying. I mean, why we say Mia be lying. Okay? Girl, Mia, you be lying, girl, because I remember Mia, correct me if I'm wrong. I remember Mia and Gordon, but I know Mia said it. Somebody said it that when she met Gordon the first time down at the lobster and where they were serving lobster and shrimp and pussy in the back, okay, for a few extra dollars. Um, she said that the first conversation, I think Gordon paid $10,000. Did she say something about $10,000 when she first met Gordon at the lobster and shrimp with a side of puss? If your money is long enough, I'll take you to the back, okay? But then she tried to act like Gordon didn't have no money when she got. Let me tell you something. You have to be doing well in life for you to be able to just hand out $10,000 to a random stripper just for conversation, or even if it was for a little bit of pussy. Girl, that's still a lot of money. That's not like, oh, I gave you $300. I gave you $200. Mia said something about $10,000, but then also tried to act like Gordon didn't have no money when she got with him. If Gordon is shelling out $10,000, the girl don't tell her how much he's shelling out to the other girls. Okay, Gordon had to be financially okay when y'all first met to be giving out that type of coin. That's a lot of money. Okay, but Mia swapping now, girl, she had an inheritance. Girl, whatever. Um, we know that Mia and Gordon not together anymore. Mia got a new man. Um, the new man, girl, he already down. First, I don't even know why Carlos King had that man on his channel, but he's already doing interviews with Carlos King. Girl, we just found out who you were the other day. Girl, and how are you already getting interviews? Girl, we don't even know this man. Okay? I really don't want him on my TV screen next season. But I feel like he's going to be on my TV screen. And I'm going to roll my eyes every time he pops up on my TV screen. Girl. Anyways, Mia and Gordon, girl, like I said, girl, it's a wrap. Candace meets up with Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken is such a cutie to me. He is. Dr. Ken look good. Dr. Ken lost a little bit of weight. I said, no, that's right, girl. Everybody trying to get skinny, honey. But Candace meets up with Dr. Ken. Miss Dorothy, Miss Dorothy used to watch my videos. I don't know if she still do. Miss Dorothy, hey, you really my rich auntie girl who I never met before. Hey, Auntie Dorothy. I do want to meet Miss Dorothy so bad. I really do. Out of all of the girls on the show, I want to meet Miss Dorothy. I feel like Miss Dorothy and me, I feel like we would get along and have a good Kiki session, girl. Because I feel like Miss Dorothy be wearing the girls out, and I know I'm gonna wear the girls out, and we're gonna have a good cocktail and just wear the girls out together. Anyway, um, and I don't run my mouth, so ain't nobody gonna never know what we talked about, Miss Dorothy. Hello. um, but I have to say this, Auntie Dottie. I think Auntie Dottie did a number on Candace. I do. I do. I don't think it's an issue with Candace being able to have kids. Now, Candace is becoming a little long in the tooth, right? And we know that women nowadays are having kids at 50 and shit. Okay. But, I remember, I think it was Dr. Jackie or someone saying that once a woman turns 35, her chances start to decrease as it pertains to having kids. That doesn't mean that you can't have kids. It just means that your chances start to go down. I think that based off of one thing I will give Candace is I always appreciated the fact that once the conversation about kids started to come into play, she went and sought therapy so that whatever trauma or issue she had with her mother, she would not pass on to her kids. I always thought that was something. I just thought it was amazing that Candace was able to step outside of herself and say, I know I'm a little fucked up in the head, right? My mama done did this to me. I can't be bringing no kids into this world. And girl, pass on what my mama done gave me, pass it on to them. So a part of me does believe that now Candace is afraid to have kids because she really doesn't think that she may be a good mother, right? The other part of me, I kind of feel like Candace don't want kids either. I was having a conversation with a friend, and I really do believe that I think there are a large percentage of women out there that don't want kids, but because society tells women that you're supposed to have kids, they feel like they're supposed to have kids. And they can't say, I don't want kids. Even though we know that everybody that has kids, men and women, don't want kids, because if they did, it wouldn't be so many kids in foster care up for adoption. It wouldn't be so many grandmamas and granddaddies and nieces and nephews and uncles and aunties raising other folks, family members' kids. If people really wanted kids, now I know every situation is not the same. Okay, I know, but for those grown, able men and women out there who got your grandmama raising your kids, hello. So part of me does believe like Candace don't want kids. Because I haven't heard anything of Candace not being able to have kids. I guess once Candace gets over the am I worthy enough to be someone's mother, then I guess she'll get pregnant. Girl, you already got girl. Let me shut up. Girl, you already got them 3 kids from Chris. And girl, we barely see them around, girl. Hello? Well, Chris got 3 kids outside of Candace. Not outside of Candace, but before with another woman before Candace came into the picture. Is it 3 or 2? I think it's 3. Anyways, um, girl, the ladies meet up to do a photo shoot for some local magazine. The guy was very, very handsome. Ooh, I said, okay, hey, Mister, hey, Mister Man, yes. Anyways, girl, I would, whatever. They did a photo shoot. Robin and Juan, they go look at a space. Robin is opening up like a spa. Um, it didn't. I will say it didn't seem too expensive. I think the space came out to be like either $5,000 or $6,000 a month to rent. Because I think they said 68. It was like over $68,000 a year. So whatever that's about divided by 12. And Juan was like, I could run this place. I said, now you got Juan. You got Juan over there, girl, basically telling Robin, I can run your business. And you got Eddie, girl, over on the other side of town, writing his wife $50,000 checks. Shout out to Eddie and Wendy. I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. Quiet as it's kept, Eddie and Wendy are probably one of the best couples in Housewives, period. They have their kids, they have their home, they come across as a happy couple, they're a sexy couple, they come across as supportive. I love Wendy and Eddie's relationship. Now I'm not putting Eddie on my list. I got my list. I'm not putting him on my list quite yet. Okay. But I like their relationship. Um, mm-mm. um, what was I saying? Oh, so Wendy's budget for her show was 20,000. However, they exceeded the budget. Basically, it's total. It was $70,000, $50,000 over budget. I'm not mad at it. I think it's cute. Y'all say y'all want to see the girl spend a little bit of money. The girl Wendy giving you a little bit of money. And we're gonna be honest about it, the only two, girl, the only two that I can remember this season who gave us a little bit of wealth, a little bit of luxury was Candace and Wendy. When Candace with her Mother's Day brunch, and then Wendy letting us know the girl that she done spent $70,000 on her pilot. I wonder how much it costs for G&A. Girl. Um, girl, let's just talk. If you sensitive, girl, leave the room. So, okay, I'll start out with this before I get into the real the real heavy. Girl, before I get into the heavy. Giselle and Ashley, they have a fashion show. The clothes, the clothes are cute. I just think it's weird that Ashley and Giselle decided to, I guess, invest their money in the clothing line. Out of everybody on the cast, Ashley and Giselle will be the last girls in the group that I would even think would want to start a clothing line. It's just weird to me. Now, were a lot of the clothes, athletic wear? No, but it was given very much like athleisure. It was given kind of like Beyonce, Ivy Park. A lot of that shit that Beyonce be making, girl, girl, y'all walking around here with big capes on. Girl, where you going? Girl. A lot of that shit was a mess. Beyonce had y'all walking around here looking like fools. Girl, where are you going with a parachute cape on? Well, girl, well, where are you going with a two-piece tuxedo Adidas suit on with three stripes down the side? Well, a lot of that stuff that Beyonce made to me was for editorial shoots. That's it. Some of it's cute, but some of it looked a mess. Did the clothing line that Giselle and Ashley presented to us, did it kind of look cheap? It did look a little cheap. However, I'm assuming that probably once they start to go into um, to manufacturing the items and stuff, mass, whatever, they may go with a different, company who will execute the clothing a little bit better. Um, Wendy and Candace were on the sidelines, of course. You're giving a commentary. Was it given a little hater ish? A little. However, it is what it is. Because the truth of the matter is, if it was Wendy or if it was Wendy or Candace, girl, they would be tearing them up too. So in the end, I didn't care. Um, I know some people would say Candace had a fit when Mia was talking about her video shoot. Well, I'll say the difference between the two is that Candace invited the people to her photo shoot who she thought were going to be supportive, right? Because remember, she didn't invite Ashley because she knew Ashley and her were not cool. Ashley knows her and Candace don't fool with each other. Giselle knows that her and Candace, her and Winnie don't fool with each other. So you're inviting people to your show who at the end of the day, y'all don't like each other. Of course they're going to have something to say. Girl. Um, Mia brings up to Wendy and to the group. Mia, I think it was Wendy, Candace, Karen, and the new girl. I still can't pronounce that girl's name. Um, that Giselle's father, I think Giselle was going through a lot with her father. And listen, you know, I know since then I read online that Giselle's father has transitioned. Um, but in that moment in the show, Candace and Wendy's response to finding out that Giselle was going through what she was going through with her family was not out of line. Actually, it was right on point. At the time when Wendy was going through what she was going through with her mother, did nobody know what was going on with Wendy's mother? Just listen to me. In Austin, they just knew that her mama was in the hospital. Now, her mother ended up in the hospital because I think Miss Sharon chose to do an elective surgery and there were complications from the elective surgery and she was rushed to the hospital. And I think that surgery only took like 10 minutes. But we're not going to sit here and act like Miss Sharon, being an older woman, being rushed to the hospital is something that you should just look over. It's not like she's 13, okay? The woman probably in her 60s or late 50s. So Wendy's response to finding out Giselle's father was in the hospital, I am almost 100% sure that that was the same response that Giselle probably had when she found out Wendy's mother was in the hospital. I hope she all right. And just like Wendy said, y'all didn't have a problem basically calling my mama a witch, coming for me and my mama when y'all found out my mother was in the hospital, regardless if you knew the extent of it or not. You still didn't give a damn. So why should I have to return something different that what was extended to me? Candace is absolutely right. I can wish her family well from afar. I remember, I'm not going to go into the details. I remember I who knew someone who lost a family member. And I was telling the person, girl, leave it alone. Don't reach out to them. Girl, this is how my mind been working for a long time. I was in my 20s when this happened. Hello? I said, don't reach out to them. Leave it alone. They didn't listen. They reached out to the person. The person act like they were, I guess, thank you for reaching out. And then, and probably a week or two later, they was back to dragging the person. That's how I told you. I told you. I told you leave it alone. You ain't listen. Now they back to dragging you on the internet. So all I'm saying is, in that moment, Wendy wasn't wrong. Candace wasn't wrong. And even if in that moment they had found out that Giselle's father had passed away, they still wouldn't have owed Giselle anything. Sorry. You don't get to go around here and treat me like shit and say the things that you said about me and do the things that you've done to me. And then because you may experience death or some traumatic situation in your family, think that, girl, all is forgiven. No, girl. I wish you and your family the best. I hope y'all are okay. It sounds mean. It may sound hateful, but it is what it is. Giselle treat people like shit. And as soon as the girls return the favor, now all of a sudden it's Wendy and Candace bringing down the show. It's Wendy and Candace, they're so mean. It's Wendy and Candace, oh my God, they're so wrong. No, they're not. They're giving the same fucking energy that's given to them. And if you can't extend grace to my mother or father when she's in the hospital, don't expect anything back. Again, no one knew what Miss Sharon was going through. I'm sure that everybody in that group found out that Wendy's mother was in the hospital, and they still didn't give a damn. The show still continued. We still gonna call her a witch. We still gonna say you a bitch, and it is what it is. Sorry. All right, that's all I got. I'll talk to y'all later. Potomac. Oh, and then Deborah, Daisy, Deborah, or Candace call her Sesame Street. She popped up on the scene. Deborah want to be a reality TV star so bad, girl. What did Nene say? You may have the eye, but you don't have the T. Girl, Deborah, give it up. Hang it up flat screen. You ain't got it, baby. You ain't got it. Deborah one of them girl. Deborah one of those girls who think she got long hair and she light skinned that she the baddest ever walking around. I'm gonna leave it on that note. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. And another thing, stop getting online trying to make it seem as though Candace and Wendy both said something that was so nasty and so rude about Giselle's father, because they did not at all. Candace said what she said. I wish her the best. I wish her family well, but that's all I got. Wendy basically said, I'm not extending anything that was not extended to me. I hope she all right. Other than that, all y'all had something to say about my mama. Period. I'm looking at my girl. I really ain't. I got told you I really. This is all the notes I had. G and A. Girl, can I just be honest? Girl, the clothes are cute, but girl, ain't nothing going. Ain't nothing going. Is that clothing line is going nowhere, baby? G and A is DOA. Okay, girl. G and A is DOA. Girl. Period. I just don't understand why did they say why. How did they come to? Who said that Giselle and Ashley should start a clothing line? Like, who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Like, who said that? Who said no for real? Who said that they are the ones that should start a clothing line? And then, and that's leisure wear. Beyonce can get away with it because Beyonce is Beyonce. Maybe if Ashley, remember when Ashley was talking about her yoga stuff a few seasons ago? If Ashley was still promoting, I don't know if she still does, I don't know. But if Ashley was still promoting her yoga stuff and then she said, I want to come out with an athleisure wear line, it would have made sense. But we haven't heard Ashley discuss anything that has to do with yoga or anything in seasons from what I can remember. And girl, we ain't never heard about Giselle, girl, even going for a walk. Okay? I just want the. I think I'm tired of the blaming Candace and Wendy for everything that's happening on Potomac. I don't think Candace and Wendy are perfect, but I will say that Candace and Wendy, they have the best interests of the show at heart, and they're willing to work with these people and deal with these people and walk into a space like Wendy walked in and said, I think she congratulated Giselle. Appreciate it. Girl, that's more than what Giselle done. Anyways, girl, I'm done. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.